During the Great Depression, companies did something that changed fashion forever. As families struggled in the 1930s, flour and grain companies noticed poor families using their plain bags to make clothes. So these companies started printing their flour sacks with beautiful patterns and designs on purpose. Companies even included sewing instructions and removable labels so families could easily turn these bags into dresses and shirts. One bag could make a child's outfit, 3 could make an adult's dress. Some families had entire wardrobes made from recycled flour sacks. Women would actually choose which flour to buy based on which pattern they wanted for their next piece of clothing. This small act of kindness helped millions maintain dignity during America's darkest financial time.
In 2012, a Burger King employee anonymously posted an image on social media of him putting his feet in lettuce, with the caption, "This is the lettuce you eat at Burger King." It took 20 minutes for people to track down the branch the employee worked at and contact the news. He was promptly fired.
Fidel Castro embarked on an ambitious quest to revolutionize Cuba's dairy industry. His goal? To breed a super cow capable of producing unprecedented amounts of milk. Enter Ubre Blanca. She shattered records by producing 110 liters of milk in a single day. Castro celebrated as a symbol of socialist success. She lived in an air-conditioned stable, enjoyed soothing music, and was guarded meticulously. After her death, Ubre Blanca was honored with a full-page obituary in the Communist Party newspaper, a marble statue, and her taxidermied body was placed on display at the National Cattle Health Center. Despite attempts to clone her in the early 2000s, the efforts were unsuccessful. Remains a unique figure in Cuban history, embodying the intersection of politics, science, and agriculture. Have you ever heard of the king who tried to cheat death? In ancient Mesopotamia, a ruler received a prophecy. Disaster was coming for him. So he came up with a twisted plan. He made his royal gardener king for a day, thinking he could pass the curse on. But here's the twist. That very night, the real king choked on his soup and died. And the gardener? He ruled for 24 years. Makes you wonder, can you really outsmart fate?
Divers stumbled onto a ghost from the 1800s. 200 years ago, a ship vanished off the coast of Sweden. Never seen again until now. Lying just 200 feet underwater, they found it packed with luxury champagne, wine, fine porcelain, and rare mineral water. Experts believe it was headed straight for Russian Emperor Nicholas I. The weirdest part? The water bottles were made by a German company that still exists today, and the champagne still sealed. No light, no current, perfectly preserved. It's like time stopped. And here's the real twist. Some think the bottles might still be drinkable. Would you take a sip from a 200-year-old bottle?
In 1965, 6 teenagers survived 15 months on a deserted island. 6 boys from Tonga borrowed a boat, got caught in a storm, and ended up shipwrecked on a deserted island. But unlike Lord of the Flies, this wasn't a horror show. They built a garden, a gym, even a chicken coop. They made rules, worked in shifts, sang songs, prayed, and never let their fire go out for 15 months. When one broke his leg, the others carried him and set the bone. When they were rescued, they were tan, ripped, and alive. So yeah, maybe we're not all savages deep down. Maybe kids left alone don't fall apart. Maybe they actually take care of each other.
13 drunk waxwings on a sidewalk in Poland. Passers-by thought the birds were dead, but it turned out they were just sobering up. It happens to birds after eating fermented rowan berries that are left on the trees in winter. Alcohol from berries causes intoxication in birds. So if you see something like this, just collect them and put them in a safe place until they sober up. But don't forget to release them later.
Have you ever seen this creepy triangle-shaped tower at Area 51? Satellite images revealed this weird, tall, triangular structure in one of the most secretive places on Earth. But here's the disturbing part. No one knows exactly what it's for. Some theories say it's an alien communication device, while others believe it's used for stealth technology tests. Is this just another weird building? Or is Area 51 hiding something even more terrifying? Let me know what you think.
Dire wolves just come back from extinction. They actually did it. Scientists just brought back the dire wolf, yeah, the beast from Game of Thrones, 13,000 years after it went extinct. Using ancient DNA, gene editing, and cloning, a company in Texas made 3 living, breathing pups that look just like their prehistoric ancestors. They're not exact clones, but they carry key dire wolf traits: thick white fur, big jaws, wide heads. And get this, they started with DNA from a fossilized tooth and a 72,000-year-old skull. These pups aren't just science experiments, they're proof that de-extinction is real, and it's just getting started. Hit subscribe for more.
These weird glasses are not just for fun. They were handed out at a zoo in Rotterdam to stop people from making eye contact with one gorilla. Because 15 years ago, a woman thought she was bonding with him by smiling, waving, and tapping the glass every day. Zookeepers warned her over and over that this was not a friendship. The gorilla saw it as a threat. One day, he broke out, dragged her, bit her, broke her bones, and after all that, she still came back to visit him, saying, "He's my baby." The zoo installed anti-eye contact glasses the same year. He refused to touch his wife for 6 years, and when they finally met again, all he said was, "Madame has become more stout." Frederick the Great's hatred of women was so intense, he once went on a rant about how they smelled 10 miles around. The King of Prussia was known for many things, but his physical disgust of women shocked even the royal court. Comment what historical figure you want to learn about next. In 2016, an Ohio fugitive saw his wanted poster and hated the photo. He sent police a selfie saying, "Here's a better photo." Police posted it online and it went viral. They caught him a week later when he slipped up on social media. Tag that friend who retakes selfies 50 times. Alan Turing was known for being eccentric. Each June, he would wear a gas mask while cycling to work to block pollen. While cycling, his bike chain often slipped, but instead of fixing it, he would count the pedal turns it took before each slip and stop just in time to adjust the chain by hand. A cat was spotted on top of Bolivia's iconic Cristo de la Concordia statue. That's 132 feet in the air. Locals zoomed in and saw ears poking out of the statue's sleeve. No one knows how it got there. No stairs, no harness, no explanation. Some say it's a miracle, but now people are calling it catsus. A Spanish guy skipped work for 6 years while still being paid and was only discovered when he was going to be recognized for his hard work. He got paid $41,000 annually for 6 years, and when he finally got caught, he was only forced to pay $30,000 because that was the maximum allowable by law. NASA is offering $3 million if you can figure out how to make poop disappear in space. Yep, that full moon you admire? It's literally covered in crap. There are 96 bags of astronaut poop, pee, and vomit still sitting up there, like cosmic trash just orbiting the past. And when astronauts go number 2, they strap in over a vacuum hose and whoosh, instant suction. Sometimes the poop gets incinerated in the atmosphere like a flaming turd meteor, but some, it stays, and it'll outlive you by millions of years. So yeah, you could get rich solving a poop problem. NASA calls it a challenge. You might call it the Krapolo mission. Did you know they just created a full digital twin of the Titanic? And it's revealing secrets we never knew before. This massive 3D scan shows exactly how the ship ripped in two, created from over 700,000 underwater images. The most chilling discovery? Tiny holes the size of paper sheets ultimately doomed the unsinkable ship. Engineers in the boiler room worked until their final moments to keep the lights on as the ship sank. The scan shows concave boilers, proof they were still operating when plunged underwater. An open valve on the stern deck confirms these heroes kept power flowing so passengers could see to escape. Share it with someone who's obsessed with history's greatest mysteries. This man had Parkinson's, and then, in just seconds, he stopped shaking. Doctors put a tiny wire inside his brain. Then, they connect it to a small device under his skin. A nurse uses a tablet to turn it on. The moment it starts, his shaking just stops. It's like flipping off a light switch. The device sends little electric signals into his brain. It helps fix the parts that don't work right because of Parkinson's. Newer ones are even smarter. They watch how your brain acts and change the signals by themselves. It doesn't cure the disease, but it helps people move and feel better. Makes you think, could we one day fix other problems the same way?
Ryan Waller, a 22-year-old man who, despite having a bullet in his eye, endured 4 hours of interrogation by cops who thought he was lying, only to receive medical help too late. What the fuck? Why would they keep interrogating him if it's evident his eye needs medical attention? Occasionally, females will grow manes as a result of hormonal imbalance. In the heart of Africa's savanna, a lioness strides with an unexpected crown, a mane. This rare transformation stems from elevated testosterone, often due to ovarian or adrenal anomalies. Beyond altering her appearance, it reshapes her role. She may roar more, mark territory, even mount other females. This majestic mane comes with a cost: infertility. Nature's script is intricate, reminding us that deviations, while striking, carry profound consequences.